What up, YouTube? Thief here. This is the third iteration of the toolbox tours, or toolbox tool cart tours. All right, right now we're gonna do my big toolbox. I have Brody's tool cart scheduled, and then we're gonna do Gus's toolbox. Gus is still messing around with the tool grid. He got a tool grid for his wrench drawer added on, so he's got tool grid in his socket drawer and tool grid in his wrench drawer. So he's been messing around with that. He's been putting it off, but he said cornrow's coming on Monday and he'll have the rest of that squared away. So probably sometime next week I'll record Gus's toolbox tour, and then I'll probably upload it the following week. But right now we're going to go over my big box. All right, my big box is essentially overflow for my tool cart. I got, apparently I'm throwing Snap-on flashlights around, but I got most of what I use on a day-to-day basis in my tool cart. Specifically, I use my big box for overflow, and then for tools that I don't use on the daily, I got a bunch of high-pressure field pump stuff and a bunch of Cummins tools and Cummins parts inside my toolbox. So once again, if you guys don't know, I'm a diesel tech at a Dodge Chrysler dealership. I spent 25 years in the Army as a diesel tech and got out of the Army, got a job at a dealership, and I work on specifically Cummins 2500s and above. I service a fleet of about 130 45 and 3500s. So I work on diesels all day long, but without further ado, this is my big box. All right, right here, there it is. It is a Snap-on 73-inch Classic series. I think it's the Classic. It's pressed against the wall, so I'm not moving it, but you'll just have to take my word for it. My plans are to get the hutch for it, so I have a lot more space on top and stuff to store, you know, all of the blow molded cases and all of that other stuff. But 73-inch. I want to change the trim out to black. I don't really like the green trim. It's like dark green. If it was like the same color as, you know, my cart, that would be different. But I think I'll just go all black trim. But I think we'll start off with what's around the box and what's on top of the box, and we'll go from there. So starting off with the side of the box, I got this. This came with the box. I don't really use this that much. I got these Max screwdrivers. I got those for free on some sort of promo. I got screwdrivers coming out of the wazoo. I got a Cornwell set, but I specifically used my Snap-on set. On the side, I got a few pitchers. I got my EGR service tool, pressure cleaner. And then I got a fluid extractor, and then I got some jackets hung up. On the opposite side, I got a little Z creeper. That's actually Jackson's Z creeper. And then I keep my keys on the side of the box. Now, I got this. Well, before we get in this story on this box, right? This box is a repo box. So some guy bought this box and then just decided he didn't want it anymore. So I got a literally killer deal on this box. I got it for half of what you know, it lists for. So I rolled up on this box. He had it. He said, I just repoed this at the last place I was at, and I literally was like, take it off the truck, I want it. So I got a killer deal on it. I probably would never buy something like that for full price, but since I got such a good deal, I was like, take it off the truck, give it to me. I got a little mat, but underneath my box I got the Cornwell coolant pressure testing system. Now I do use this occasionally. It's got all the fittings for like everything you need, and then it's got a manual pressure tester, and then you can use shop air to pressure test. But this is pretty much every connector you would need to pressure test whatever. 90% of the time I use my Snap-on, but there are some times where this comes in handy. Plus I got it on promo, so. But that is the Cornwell coolant pressure tester. Bam. And then I think right next to it, I have a Mac bag, which came with some wrenches I bought. We'll go over those wrenches later. I got the RBRT set, and I got it for a killer deal. So let's start off with the top of the box. This is where I keep all my paperwork, my ROs. I got my fan for the summertime. I have a radio. This is like a charging station to charge all my flashlights. Got my laptop. And then I got my jump box, battery charger, and then another jump box. This jump box has trouble turning over the Cummins when it's fully dead, so I hook up 2 of them and then call it a day. And then I got a bunch of hats and then some cams off of the flagship Chrysler engine, the Pentastar V6. We do a lot of cams and lifters here, but you can see this cam was bad. The rocker ground into the cam, so I had to replace them. But that's the top of the box. Where do we want to start? Let's start. This is just like a personal drawer. I got flashlights, some snacks, some mechanics gloves, some Pentastar V sticks, exhaust manifold gaskets, just odds and ends. And this is essentially like a pliers overflow drawer. I got all the little pliers over here. I use the radiator pliers from Cornwell. I have those in my box. And then I just got some miscellaneous crimping tools and some hose cutters. I do have a few snap-on green handles on backup for when I destroy the other ones. And then I got some tool grid. These are 3/8, and I think this is 1/2, so I have a few of that left. I need to buy some more stuff so I can finish off this top drawer. And then we got the power drawer. I got 2 snap-on chargers, a Milwaukee charger, and then DeWalt. Don't do like I did. Buy one power tool and stick to it so you don't have 1, 2, 3 battery chargers, all right? Essentially, I have 4 battery chargers because I got the M12, and then I got I think the 18 volt and the 14.4 volt for snap-on. So, but that can't be helped. The big boy comes with the big battery. So I started with DeWalt. I moved to Milwaukee with the first 3/8 ratchet I bought. Then I got a snap-on ratchet, and I was like, whoa, this snap-on ratchet is snap-on electric ratchet is way better than this Milwaukee. So I ended up moving to snap-on, and Brody actually now uses that 3/8 inch Milwaukee. So, and then the power drawer, that's the power drawer. This is just power storage. So I got a flashlight, little 3/8, 1/2 inch, and then my drill. And then I got a grinder down there and a Sawzall. So that's that side of the box. Let's cover the big drawers last. So this is essentially just a paperwork drawer, all the tool receipts back there. Every mechanic is gonna have a drawer that has paperwork and tool receipts. This is the Cummins drawer. So I keep Cummins spare parts in here. I got an EGR valve. These are all the diesel particulate filter pressure tubes. These like to strip, so when I get good tubes, I keep them because when I do a DPF, sometimes I have to tear this nut up right here to get it off. So it's good having those on standby. I try not to make the customer pay for stupid stuff that can be helped. And then just a few things. This is dosing control module, grid heater relay, MAF sensor. And then I think this is a puller for the old high pressure fuel pump pulley. I've only had to do this a couple times because we changed most of the new high pressure fuel pumps. New high pressure fuel pumps are the CP4s. We're reverting back to CP3s, but the old ones come with CP3s, and they don't go that bad very often, so haven't used that very much. And then the last little drawer, all right, these are all blow mold cases, so we'll go one by one. Let's see, I think this is a just a puller slash installer kit. I got this for a job on my Subaru, and then I haven't really used it since then, but it stays in my toolbox just in case. The next one is I have a vacuum pump for pulling vacuum on stuff. This really comes in handy on my Raptor. The front axle locks are controlled by vacuum, so I use that to test them. You can use it for a bunch of other stuff as well, and the Mac one is kind of better actually because it pulls vacuum and it pushes pressure as well, so I'm gonna upgrade that eventually. What do we have next? I got, oh, these are torque sticks. I took the torque sticks out that I needed and then left the rest of these in here. I don't use torque sticks very often. Usually I just zip it on with a impact, electric impact, and then I torque it down with my torque wrench. And then I got a Cornwell compression tester. I don't like this case. It just scatters stuff all over the place. But that's a pretty good compression tester. Comes in handy. I'm sure Cornwell didn't make it. It's probably rebranded by somebody else. And then I just bought this probably last month. But this is a 48-piece thread restoring kit. All right, I needed this and I didn't have it, so I ended up buying it. But this is a really good kit when you need to just clean up some threads and you don't want to go so far as to tap and dye them. These thread restorers are pretty good kits. So that's that. That's the rest of that back section. I have this. This is a Pitman arm puller for the big trucks. I use this on the Cummins. Sometimes this is Gus used this on a GM, but this is the Pitman arm puller that we use for the Cummins. Pretty good kit. Do recommend. Made by Cornwell. Well, it's rebranded by Cornwell. It's probably made by somebody else. And then I got some safety glasses back here. See if I can get this shit back in this freaking box the way I had it. Probably not. We'll just leave it out. Hell with it. And then the last thing in this drawer is my coolant pressure tester. Now this is Snap-on. I don't think it's made by Snap-on. Pretty sure it's not made by Snap-on. But I use this 90% of the time as opposed to this, because this fits on most Chrysler vehicles. The Cummins, I think, uses this one. It's either this. Which one? Oh, it's this one. I just used this the other day, so this works with the Cummins. So I use this, and then some of the Jeeps use this one, but 90% of the time I use the universal fitting, and it works. But good pressure tester, do recommend. And that's it for that box, that drawer in the main box. All right, we got it back in. Now the drawer that everybody waits for, the top drawer. I just did a tool grid and it came out pretty good. I like the way it came out. I usually have most of the sockets that I use day to day in my box or in my cart, but this tool grid system really worked out for the top drawer for what I use it for. Where do we want to start? These ones right here, I didn't have enough of the tool grid. I got to order them from Cornwell, from Kevin, my Cornwell dealer. I need to spend like another $5 and get some more 1/2 inch. I think I have, let's see, I think I have the socket holders and everything else, and then I need to get some little miscellaneous tie downs. So starting with the top, all right, this is a Tecton. It's an 8-38 1/2 inch deep set. I use this set a lot, taking off high pressure field pump sockets, axle sockets, or axle nuts, high pressure fuel pump gear nuts. This set gets used and abused. As you can see, most of these are pretty torn up. And then I have a 1/2 inch set of 12 points in metric, and then deep and shallow. The shallow ones go down smaller. I think they go all the way down to 8. Let's see, 10 millimeter. So, but these deep well, I don't know why, but this is an old set. I think they go down to 16 millimeter. Moving on, I got the Matco. I know Matco doesn't make sockets. They're rebranded, whatever. But this is a Matco set of 10 mil. Got it on promo. I bought the 10 mil, and then I got the 8 mil set for free. So, and that covers like wobble sockets, deep, shallow. It's got the magnetic sockets in there. It's a really good set if you lose 10s, or you just like keeping 10 millimeters in one place so you can, you know, grab them and have them consolidated, whatever. It's a good set. I would recommend. It's pretty expensive. I think it was $150 for both the sets, but I needed, you know, magnetic socket for when I couldn't find mine. I'd always have my magnetic socket in the tray or somewhere else, so it's good to have one around for backup. And then I have the Astro set of super shallow, and this works in conjunction with this ratchet. I think it's a 17 millimeter ratcheting wrench, and you just put these shallow sockets in there. It's really good for like serpentine belts and idler pulleys where you don't have a lot of space to get it in. The only issue I have with Astro is this shit took 2 months to get to my house. I don't know what it is with Astro. I ordered another thing from Astro, and it just went into infinite hang status, and the tool never showed up. The order got canceled. But I will not order Astro off Amazon because I've had problems with them. I do buy Astro off of our gear wrench truck. It's cool because he'll warranty. But I do not recommend buying Astro off of Amazon unless you want to sit there and wait for months for your tool to get there. Next, I got a 6.7 Cummins rear main seal pusher. The rear main seal on the Cummins floats, so you can't just jam it in there and hammer it, you know, send it with the freaking brass punch. You have to use a seal pusher because there's a certain amount that it has to go in, and it floats in the metal. What the hell is it called? The seal mount. It floats in there, so you have to push it in with the seal pusher. But rear main seal pusher. And then I have the 3-claw puller pulled out of my slide hammer in the bottom drawer. I keep it up here because I use this puller to do high pressure fuel pump pulleys. The gear on the high pressure fuel pump, you need this to get it off. So I keep that up here because I did 4 high pressure fuel pumps in the last freaking week. So its home is in the top of my box. I got a Cummins rear axle socket. This socket is super expensive. I was looking how much to buy it, and it was like $300 and something. This is the shop's. So I keep most of the Cummins tools in my toolbox if somebody else needs to use them. So this socket specifically I use to pull high pressure fuel pump gear nuts. It's a 27 millimeter, and this is the holder for the gear. Link that up with a breaker bar, and I'm able to hold the gear and break the nut free. And then I keep this wrench up here because it's the same. It's a 19 millimeter for the 3-claw puller. And then I have a set of shallow metric impacts. They stay right there. I don't use those as much, but sometimes I need to get in a tight area, and shallow is the only way to go. I got a fuel pump removal tool for Chrysler. This stays up here because people around the shop just leave it all over the place. So I got a place, when they use it, they put it back. So everybody in the shop knows that this is where that goes. Moving on, got 12-point set of 1/4 inch in deep and shallow, and that's from Tecton. And then I have OG Quinn. All right, these Quins got moved to here because I bought a set of Snap-on that was on promo. I try not to buy Snap-on sockets because they're so freaking expensive, but I got them super cheap because they were on promo, and it came with hex, Torx, and Torx sockets. So my Quins got moved up here. It's nice to have Torx and hex in two different places when I need them. And then I got some adapters, some chrome adapters right there, and some miscellaneous. This side of the box is all standard, all right? So I got some standard big hex. I got standard 1/2 inch deep and shallow, and then standard 12 point over there in the back. And then that's all 1/2 inch back there, and these are 3/8 deep and shallow from Tecton. You can see they're all brand new. I got them with the metrics. I don't really use standard that much. There's a few nuts on the Cummins that are standard, like on the transfer case you need a 9/16, and it's a 1/2 moon wrench. That's like one of the only standard things that I keep inside my box. But yeah, I don't really use standard that much. And then the sister to this set over here, it's the 12 point 1/4 inch and deep and shallow. And I got a Snap-on soldering iron slash heat shrink tool. You can solder with it, you can use it for heat shrink, you can light cigarettes with it, all sorts of stuff. And then I have 2 1/2 inch breaker bars in here for doing a high pressure fuel pump. I got I don't know what this pocket screwdriver is in here. It needs to go over here with the rest of them. I got a set of standard shallows, and then it goes all the way up to like 1 1/2. And then I got, so this Torx is for Subaru. It's to remove the clutch, what do you call it? The plug for the clutch. This is when I had a STI. And then I have a few adapters right here. These are the adapters that I don't really use that much. This is like 3/4 of an inch to an inch. I got these in a set. This is 1 inch to 3/4 of an inch, and then this is 3/4 to 1/2. I would use this for doing like pitman arms pulleys. I got this, but I don't have it. No, this is 3/4 of an inch to 1/2. I have the 1/2 an inch to 3/4 in my box, so these don't really get used. They were just part of a set. And then last but not least, this is the injector puller for Cummins, 6.7 Cummins and 5.9. I got the other sets over there in a box somewhere for 5.9s. But this is for 6.7. This is to pull the pressure tube out of the injector, and this is to actually pull the injectors. But that is the top drawer. Let's move on to drawer number 2. All right, drawer number 2. This is kind of in disarray, but these are my old OG Craftsman. You guys have already seen these, but I got a good deal on some Mac RBRT. So these got moved to my big box. It's good to have wrenches in 2 places. So I'm not going to cover these too much. It was the same thing. We talked about it before. I do have a set of box-in. It's mixed between like Armstrong and I think S&K. They're metric, but these wrenches are really good. And then I got a bunch of random wrenches up here, and then some special tools that I made. I got some line wrenches, some OG Quinn freaking ratcheting wrenches, and then the metric or the standard set of box-in OG Craftsman. And then I got those on a BOGO deal. They're the stubby standard, which they're the sister to the metric stubbies that I have in my box. And then if you have, this is my extra half moon 9/16. I have the other one in my box. And then I got a stethoscope and some thread tape. I didn't know that was in here. I need to remember. We'll put that right there so I remember. I was looking for that shit the other day and I had no idea where it was at. But that's the wrench drawer. Now this drawer right here, bam, that's all like extensions and stuff. But starting from top right. All right, these are the Lyle line sockets, man. These are freaking amazing. I bought these and I use the 17 and 19 and the 24 a lot. The 17 and 19 for Jeep high pressure fuel pumps, and then the 19 for Cummins high pressure fuel pump, and the Jeep high pressure fuel pump lines. So the lines on the Jeep, I think on the rail it's 17, and either on the, I think on the injector it's 17, on the rail it's 19, but on the Cummins it's all 19. And then I got it in, I don't know why they're impact. I wanted this set to go up to 24 millimeter. Maybe somebody impacts them off. I just use a ratchet. But this set is from 10 to 19, and it's the same thing. It's the Lyle line sockets. The 10 millimeter, 11 millimeter really comes in handy when you're doing brakes, brake lines, and so on. But moving down, all right, on this side, this is the Mac RBRT Torx. All right, I don't think they call it Torx. I think it's RBRT Star or some craziness. Torx is like a not a patent, like it is copyright. You can't use Torx. It's I don't know what the hell it's called. They got a lock on their name. But this set is really good. I use it very often. I did tear up one of them. I need to warranty it out. But this set comes with, you know, the stubbies. This T40 is amazing when you're getting to the 8-9 speed transmission on Jeeps and Rams. That one is a lifesaver. And then it also included in this set, it's got extractors, so you can drill out a hole and use the extractors. And these extractors are really cool. Let's see if I could do this with one hand. Am I badass? No, I'm not. But anyways, you can twist that and it takes the extracted stud off of there. And then the next side is metric and standard RBRT in hex. Now these are freaking awesome. I use this one right here to do turbo actuator. I think it's not that one. I use this one for something else. I can't remember, but this, I think it's 6 or 5. I use it for the turbo actuator on the Cummins. Those bolts always like to seize up, and it's good to get it at an angle. I heard really bad reviews on these ball RBRTs, but I've had really good luck with them. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy this set. It's a pretty expensive set, but I really, really like this set a lot. It gets you out of binds when hex fasteners are, you know, stripped out. It really can get you out of a bind. Do recommend. I really like it. You don't have to buy the whole set. You can just buy the metric RBRT and they'll help you out. And then my Snap-on Tech Angle 1/2-inch torque wrench. All right, I really like this torque wrench. I'm waiting on the 3/8-inch black and green one to get in, but my Snap-on guys got me waiting forever. I've been waiting like 3 months for it. I keep using Gus's 3/8-inch Tech Angle, but it's really awesome. Now, I bought this set, this Vim set, when I first started working at the dealership. I really like this set. Doing the Hemis, this spark plug socket is like a must because it's really hard to get to the, I think it's the back left by the brake booster. It's really hard to get to this spark plug. So when you can use a universal joint, get in there at an angle and then put an extension on, it's much more better. So let me put that in right. But I bought this because I was like, I need this one, this 5/8, and this 5/8. And then I ended up buying this magnetic one, and this is the only thing that I use. So I used that set over there a couple times, and now it just lives in my box. You know, sometimes I'll use this long 5/8, but it sleeps in my box. And then over here, I got a bunch of miscellaneous ratchets. I got some old Craftsman USA made 1/2 inch. I think I got an Armstrong in here somewhere. Yep, that's an Armstrong. These are all 1/2 inch. And then I have this Pittsburgh. I really like these swiveling ratchet heads, and I've had this ratchet for like 18 years and it's still going. It's crazy. But that's my OG Pittsburgh. I don't really use it anymore, but I keep it around just for nostalgia, I guess. And then I got a few OG Craftsman 1/4 inch. I think this is a gear wrench. They're just back up, they stay over here. And then I got a speed wrench, some miscellaneous extensions. I keep most of my extensions over in my regular box, but sometimes I need a odd extension. And then I got some bit adapters for the little screw gun I just got. I need to remember that this 3/8 is over here. And then just a bunch of miscellaneous bullshit. So that's the top 3 drawers. This is the grid drawer. I don't know, somebody called it something weird, or he probably called it the right name, but this is, I just keep miscellaneous relays, fuses. I don't know what these bolts are. Got some spark plug sockets and some light bulbs, but these relays and fuses really come in handy. Most specifically the relays. It's good to have good relays, and these are all the Chrysler relays that I need. I do have a relay tester, but it's nice to swap out and have good known relays to troubleshoot. This is a hammer drawer / screwdriver. I got these on promo once again. They've really never been used, but they were free when I bought. I don't remember what I bought, but I got that. And then I have the big set of Mac anti-vibes over here, and then the little hammer. I don't really use the 8 that much. And then I was using these, but I get tired swinging 48 ounces, man. That's a big boy. But they stay over here until I need big boy hammers. Here, this is my trim tools, and then I got the set of Matco snap ring pliers. It came in a 3 set. It's a pretty good set. It's got the big ones and then the little ones, pretty much every snap ring plier that you would need. And then I have I use this for high pressure fuel pumps to time it, so that stays right here. And then I think I have some files, and then my user manual for my multimeter. And then the second to last drawer, this is just like a miscellaneous drawer. I got the gear wrench set of O2 sockets. It's good to have this around. I have this in my big box because I use this one the most, but I do have the rest of them in case I need them, but it stays over here. I got a random set of KD tools. I think these are 12 point. Oh, you know what? I haven't put these. I had the shallows upstairs in the top drawer, but I haven't put the deeps up there. When I get the extra grid, what the hell is it called? Tool grid. When I get the extra tool grid, I don't even know what to call them, socket holders. I'm gonna put that up in the top. And then my Cornwell trim tools, man. I use this one a lot. I really like it because it's got the flat side and it's big. And then I use this to get off hubcaps. Not hubcaps, the covers on Cummins. Really comes in handy. And then I got some random freaking light bulbs. And then the last drawer. I got a 2-piece easy wedge access kit. It's basically to break in cars. We lock keys in cars a lot, and batteries die and you can't open them. So I got this to get in cars on the dealership lot. Really comes in handy. I got a random puller sitting in there. I have my coolant filler living in here. We talked about this the other day. in a video. I really like this vacuum coolant filler. It's awesome. I'm not gonna say any more about it. Did a whole video about that. And then I got some vice grips to use with my slide hammer. So this is a Cornwell 9-way slide hammer. Really comes in handy. Like I said, I got the 3-claw up in the top drawer, but this is really nice using it for, you know, a lot of other stuff. It's got the vice grip adapter. Really all you can ask for in a slide hammer. Really like this kit. One of my first purchases to do high pressure fuel pump, to use the three jaw puller. And then I got a thermal, what is it called? Infrared thermometer, so I can take temperatures looking at stuff. And then the last thing is the front end service kit. Let me open this up. I think my Cornwell dealer just, yeah, he did. He just warranted this out because we broke it. And then he warranted out this because this, the tool truck is really cool, man, because it's just warranted. You didn't even ask any questions like, hey man, did you mess this up using it how you weren't supposed to, or what? Nothing. I'm just like, yo, Kevin, this is broken, take it. You know, the tool trucks are expensive, but it's super convenient. And for stuff like that, it's just like, yo, I broke it, can you replace it? No questions asked, just replace it. So that is the last drawer in my box. All right. Oh, let me put this shit back. Bam. So like I said, that's my big box. That's the overflow box. My future plans are to do the hutch. I want to do the hutch, but Snap-on, you have to buy the stupid work surface to go with the hutch. So we're gonna put it off for, you know, a couple months. All right. I got a little bit of more space to grow. I got a little bit more space to grow, and I think eventually, probably in about 6 months, I'm gonna get that hutch, so I can put stuff on top, and then, you know, it's gonna be work surface hutch, and then maybe next year I'm gonna do the locker. But that is my toolbox. I really like it. It's a really awesome toolbox. I got a killer deal on it. I'm not, like, I love Snap-on. Some stuff I can justify buying from Snap-on, but some stuff I just can't justify. And buying a brand new box, like I see Epic boxes, man, and people are spending like 30 grand on a box. I just can't justify that, man. Like, it was really hard to spend $2,000 on my tool cart, but I bought it cash. You know, I sold some stock and I bought it cash. It's mine. But the tool cart, I could justify spending a couple grand on it. I used it a lot, and you know, it's awesome. But I don't know, spending like 20 grand on a toolbox, I don't know about that. I think after I get the hutch, I'll be well under, I might hit 10 grand on the whole setup. But like I said, I got a killer deal on it. I'm very patient with stuff like that. I'll wait around until I find a deal. And my Snap-on guy was like, yo man, take this off my hands, I just repoed it. And I was like, how much? And he told me. I was like, yeah, we'll do it. That's well under what I was looking to spend on a box. So that's my toolbox. Once again, I got Brody's toolbox coming up. I got Gus's toolbox in probably a week or so. And hey, let me know what you guys think. Thief here. Remember, like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff, and then don't forget to smash that sub button. Later.